African American, Mexican, they always made for the biggest fights in history.
Terence Crawford should fight David Benavidez if they both lobbying so hard to fight Canelo Alvarez.
A lot of these good fighters fight each other, and a lot of these great fighters, they fight each other. It's too.
Even after stepping away from professional boxing, Floyd Mayweather continues to stay involved in the sport, sometimes through exhibition bouts, and other times through his bold statements that keep fans talking.
I'm behind the scenes. So sometimes a fighter can retweet something, just to get the people out of their seats or get the people going. And Terence Crawford, hell of a fighter.
Recently, he made one of his most daring moves yet, a comment that could completely reshape his legacy. Mayweather spoke openly and confidently, explaining why Terence Crawford, boxing's pound-for-pound king, should take on what many call an impossible challenge.
So, I'm going to ask you, if I say these fighter names to you, what is the first word that comes to mind?
Okay.
So the first one is Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Great fighter.
David Benavidez.
Good fighter.
The last one is Terence Crawford.
Good fighter.
The newly crowned pound-for-pound undefeated 5-division world champion, 3-division undisputed world champion, superstar boxer, who is a first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, Terence Bud Crawford. Floyd Mayweather said in an interview with Fight Hype, Floyd Mayweather made a statement that Terence Bud Crawford should face off against the Mexican-Ecuadorian monster, David Benavidez, the 2-time WBC super middleweight and reigning WBC light heavyweight.
It all started during an open and honest interview where Mayweather was asked about what's next for Crawford. Coming from a man who retired undefeated and built some of boxing's biggest events, his words carried real weight. He began by showing respect before making his point.
Wait. I think when he was like, a really super skillful fighter, very talented fighter.
Mayweather praised Crawford's talent, then shifted gears to make a bold suggestion. While others chased Canelo Alvarez for fame and money, Mayweather cut through the noise with a simple but surprising idea. He named David Benavidez, the feared Mexican powerhouse, and said, if both want Canelo, forget him and fight each other. His message was sharp and direct.
And I talked about that, a while back. And I thought about this, if he wanted to go to 168 and he want to fight Canelo bad and Benavidez want to fight Canelo bad, if they can't get Canelo, they can fight each other. Benavidez and Crawford.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wow, for real?
I'm saying that both of you guys are chasing one fighter. If y'all feel like y'all chasing him and y'all can't get that fighter, then y'all should say, fuck it, we'll fight each other. I don't know. I just threw that out there because you told me about Benavidez trying to fight Canelo, and I know that, Terence Bud Crawford has been trying to fight Canelo. They both been trying to get that fight done. And it seems like both have been trying to get it done extremely bad. Now, if you can't get it done, then make you guys fight.
Suddenly, an idea most fans never even imagined was on the table.
Stop chasing Canelo, bro. You feel me? The man don't look like he want to fight you. You feel me?
Right.
And this kid there, the business of the game, bro. Sometimes it just ain't right, bro.
But this wasn't just another boxing matchup. It was a potential clash between two fighters from completely different divisions.
And David Benavidez, those are some fighters that...
I'm just not really praising fighters. It's just giving guys their props. Saying, this guy can fight.
To understand how shocking Mayweather's idea really is, look at the weight classes. Terence Crawford started his career at 135 pounds and recently became champion after beating Canelo at 168.
I gotta have 4 arms. I know. And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis. Okay, that's a no.
Meanwhile, David Benavidez is a natural super middleweight who often weighs over 180 pounds before cutting to 168. Many believe he's already strong enough to move up to light heavyweight. This isn't just about weight, it's a difference in size and power. It's a fight between pure skill and raw strength, raising the big question: can technique defeat size and force?
Turkey, he did a great job.
He was involved in Riyadh season, and they own Ring Magazine now. So the reason why that's significant is the Ring Magazine belt is one of the only belts that kind of there's a bunch of different organizations that are sanctioning bodies. There's the WBO, the WBC, the IBF. There's all these different, it's very fractured, right? But Ring Magazine has always been like, Roy Jones Jr. was the Ring Magazine middleweight champ of the world, the Ring Magazine super middleweight champ of the world. Like, that's the gold standard, is Ring Magazine.
So there would be one belt.
They can do that and then overpower everything else with money, and then really put the compelling.
Even Mayweather admits the risk involved is enormous.
Would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster David Benavidez? But you want Canelo. But you want Canelo.
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big. I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then you gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Hearing a retired legend speak his mind is one thing, but today's boxing scene runs on billion-dollar deals, not gym talk. Just as fans began calling Mayweather's idea crazy, everything took an unexpected turn.
This is the gloves of the champ. He gave it to me, and this is important gift from him. It's mean a lot to me. We do it. I like the logo. Yeah. Very, very beautiful logo. The champ have a lot of surprise for his city and for the future. He want to rest now for 1 or 2 months. Then we will tell you the surprise.
Sure.
Thank you.
But if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting him.
Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh, one of the most powerful figures in boxing, entered the conversation. A single tweet from him sparked rumors online that he was actually interested in making this matchup happen. Suddenly, what seemed impossible started to feel real. If anyone could make it happen, it was him. The boxing world exploded with excitement.
But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
But not now, that 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, you know, say, all right, you know, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off. You know, me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability. I could beat anybody.
This is what he talking about, because he like, man, he's not a big dude. He just kept saying he's not a big dude and you can beat him. And then when I looked into it, I'm like, damn, Bill, right. You know what I mean? So then it was just like, okay, cool.
The reaction instantly split fans and experts down the middle. Analysts like Kofi Gentua said, that's not fair, arguing that putting a smaller man like Crawford against Benavidez will be dangerous and irresponsible.
Benavidez is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
But others fired back just as strongly. Commentators like Lonnie B predicted a brutal fight, saying Benavidez' size and strength would be too much for Crawford, no matter how skilled he is. The debate spread everywhere: social media, barbershops, and gyms. Was this an all-time great challenge or guaranteed mismatch?
But just wanted to get your thoughts on when Canelo made that comment. Just what's your thoughts?
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, he's speaking how he feels. He knows what he's doing. He's been in huge fights. He's made an enormous amount of money, several hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. He's had a fantastic career thus far. He's fought everybody that he possibly could. And David Benavidez is just another challenge out there potentially for him. I'm excited as a fan, I would love to see the fight. But at the end of the day, Canelo's calling the shots.
As the debate raged, attention turned to the two fighters themselves. Benavidez, long in search of a career-defining fight, didn't hesitate. He said he'd take the challenge without a second thought, confident his power would win. Crawford's team, however, reportedly saw things differently. His trainer was said to have rejected the idea, calling it an unnecessary and dangerous risk.
He hinted at that. He was like, Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So.
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
there.
man. No, they ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. We just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our.
Crawford already stands as boxing's top name, with safer and more realistic fights available, like potential bouts against Tim Tszyu or Keith Thurman, that carry high stakes without extreme risk.
Or whoever to, make a quick buck or make a quick little penny, but I'm looking at the bigger picture. This is a legacy fight. This is a generational fight, that will be talked about for years.
Yeah.
Obviously, if Terence doesn't want to do that, or there's guys like, I know Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman are fighting here soon, and I guess he could possibly fight the winner of that. Or do you think, I know there's still that guy, Jaron Boots Ennis, floating around. It's that younger name floating around at welterweight. I know,
I think it'd be a hell of a fight. Boots Ennis. Just like we always say, somebody got to give you a chance. Somebody got to give you an opportunity and a chance. So somebody got to give Boots the opportunity and a chance. Whether it's Terence or somebody else. It seems like, it's been difficult for Crawford to get that Spence fight done. It's been difficult for him to get the Canelo fight done. So his other option is probably Boots Ennis.
And it's not just Benavidez in the picture. Jaron Boots Ennis, another undefeated star, looms in Crawford's division, and many fans see that fight as equally dangerous.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
You think there's anything left for him, Coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight.
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, Blake Islam. He looked at excellent.
Is there anybody the most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, Coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Ooh!
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160, possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
This situation supports the argument made by analysts like Greg Hackett, who believe Crawford has already reached the top. They question why the champ would risk it all when he has nothing left to prove. But Crawford's career has always been about defying odds. 4 years, he clashed publicly with promoter Bob Arum, claiming Top Rank failed to deliver the big fights he needed. That dispute ended his partnership with Arum after a bitter fallout, especially over the delayed fight with Errol Spence Jr. Crawford had to fight for his freedom and career control. And now, after becoming the king, he's facing pressure to take an even bigger gamble. Ironically, the man who built his success by taking risks is now being asked to take the biggest one of all. To understand this situation, you have to consider the one name not in this equation, Canelo Alvarez. Once the face of boxing, Canelo's defeat to Crawford in September 2025 changed everything. Crawford didn't just take his belts, he took his crown.
See this after. Is it true that you walked up to him and you gave him the belts back?
Yeah, for sure.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Why'd you do that?
They his belts. You know, I want to be the one to, you know, give them back to him.
But you mean actually they're your belts? You took it, you won.
They're my belts, but you know, my belts is gonna come personalized. Like his belts is personalized. You know, them his. I took his titles. You know, the belts is, you know, going home with him. You know, the titles is coming home with me. I'm gonna get my new belts, you know, and those belts is going home with him. And I just felt like it was only right that, you know, I'll be the one to present them back to him.
I promise you.
When you in his situation,
right?
The belts don't matter. That was like Floyd Mayweather. Who gonna tell Floyd Mayweather a belt matter? They make belts for you at that point,
right?
You know, the belts don't matter. Once you get to a certain peak in your career, you outgrow the belts because you got to pay for the belts anyway. Absolutely. Like I'm gonna give you these belts. They gonna come and watch me regardless. You know. So now it comes to a point where we negotiate the percentage of the belts because we gotta pay for the belts. How can I be champion of the world and I gotta pay you to be champion?
That loss shocked the boxing world so much that respected trainers like Ronnie Shields even suggested Canelo retire. But despite the defeat, Canelo still holds major power. He's reportedly locked into a 2-fight deal in Riyadh that keeps him financially relevant. He may be down, but he's far from out.
If it was up to me, like we keep on saying, we want to see Benavidez. Canelo, hell of a fighter. But my personal opinion, he's ducking Benavidez. You know, that's just my personal opinion. And I'm allowed to speak my mind. That's just what it is. We want to see Benavidez. Let's make it happen.
You just size them up. Yeah. You just size them up, especially when you going into a bigger weight class like that. You know what I mean? You size them up and you see, you know, your advantages and his advantages. A lot of people might say, oh, well, we want to see Benavidez, Canelo, but to be real,
you don't want to see that.
Yeah, as a boxing fan, it will be a fight to see.
Crawford's victory left a huge gap at the top, giving fighters like Benavidez a new target to chase. But Mayweather wasn't done talking. He also touched on a deeper issue: the motivation behind every fighter's choices. When asked about Crawford's risk and reward, Mayweather didn't talk about weight or skill. He focused on purpose, legacy, or money. It was a glimpse into how a true businessman and fighter thinks. He even explained that during his own fight with Canelo, he let Canelo's team choose the catchweight to avoid any excuses.
Kind of surprised. I was like, yo, like that's a risky fight. At least I thought at the time it was a risky, even though you made it look like
And for the record, a lot of people said, it was at a catchweight. I mean, I didn't choose the catchweight. Canelo did. I didn't ask for catchweight.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just know. I remember somebody from the Canelo team had done an interview and said, "Yo, we'll fight for it at the catchweight." So my team jumped on and said, "Well, tell me what catchweight you guys want to fight at." They chose the catchweight. We said, "Let's do it." It didn't matter to me if we wanted to fight at 54. I would have fought anyway. But I think when we fought at 53 or 52, I don't know.
By giving his opponent that advantage, Mayweather made sure the outcome spoke for itself. His point was clear: boxing should return to its roots, where the best fight the best without politics or belts clouding the picture. And maybe, just maybe, that's what he's challenging Crawford to do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more boxing stories, and share your thoughts below.